Hello, beloveds. How are you today? This is Noteworthy. Um, there's been a lot of interesting topics coming up as of lately, and today I just wanted to talk to the ladies, specifically my kinfolk. Um, everybody, family has issues. Everybody's family needs healing. Everybody's family has dysfunctional issues, behaviors, limited belief patterns, addictions, etc. And that's what I'm addressing today, is specifically for the women. Because with society and religion, we are the most controlled and oppressed. And a lot of us have accepted uh, the boxes that we have been put in. You can look through history with the voting rights, suffrage, religion, how, and not just Christianity, there are other religions where they take the woman's voice away from her. Now they're taking the power and control of our bodies away from us. It's ridiculous. And there's no way humanity can exist without woman. And there's a few radical things, thinking processes that I have adapted. And I'm not even going to say adapted. I'm going to say they were always in me, because these things that um, I was raised up in, I never agreed with them. Probably another reason why I had so many unanswered questions and misunderstandings. You know, sometimes things, even though we were brought up with them, they just don't agree with us. Something about them doesn't sit with us. And I never understood how the woman wasn't included in creation. How do you X out the woman when you can't procreate without one? So that was always a concern for me. I never agreed with that. In the beginning, there was God and only God. No. How did he come up with the concept of birth, of a son or a child, period? He didn't do it of himself. I don't care what your definition of God is. He did not do it himself. He proved it with you in creation that there can be no creation without woman. So stick a feather in that. But I'm appealing to the women because, like I said, we are the most oppressed. Our voices are taken away from us. We're told to submit, to be silent, to be led. That, I mean, in other words, we're not leaders. All we're supposed to do is serve. And that doesn't take much energy. It doesn't take intelligence. It doesn't take thought. And I just have had my fill of it. And to bring some freedom or some independence to light here for women, and I'm specifically talking to my kinfolk, because we have a lot of strong women in our family, and a lot of us are we're successful in a lot of things and in a lot of ways, but I know we're not satisfied with our level of greatness, that we want more. And there's some things that I'm suggesting that we consider. Like, for instance, your personality type. What is your personality type? Do you know what your personality type is? Do you know how many personality types there are? You have all sorts of personalities. You have motivators, you have mediators, you have generators, you have I knew this was going to happen now, it's slipping my mind, but introverts, extroverts, um, anxious. You have all kinds of personalities. And it's helpful to have knowledge of what kind of personality that you have. And especially for black women, it's been a thing about seeing a psychiatrist, going to therapy. That's always a no-no. What goes on in this house stays in this house, etc., etc., which is not healthy. It's not healthy. So there are a few suggestions of some sites that you can go to. Now, keep in mind when you take these personality tests, this is not something that you're going to do on a coffee break. You need more than 15 minutes. You need to be in a space where you have time, that you don't have any interruptions, and you can think freely and independently and instinctively. Because sometimes when you think too much about a thing, it should be instinct. You should know how you feel, what your answer is to certain questions. And no doubt there's going to be moments where you have to really think about it, because there are a lot of things that we don't think about because we do them programmed instinctively. It's taught to us. So there will be instances where you're going to have to really think about what your answer is, because we got a programmed answer and then we have our true answer. That's a lot of things that I found personally within myself. Some of my answers, most of my answers were programmed. And when you think about it, it's like, you know what, I do that because I was taught to do that, because of the certain personalities that I deal with. I know what their reaction will be. So, and there's another personality, planners. So it's important that you know. So here's a few sites that I jotted down that are really good. And most, not all, are free tests, personality tests. And there's discprofile.com. And I'm going to put the links in the bottom. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. But there is discprofile.com. There is openpsychometrics.org. There is 16personalities.com. There's the Old Faithful Myers-Briggs.org. Some of you should have heard that before, Myers-Briggs.org, especially you mothers and such who have had to deal with children with schooling and certain jobs and stuff like that. What did I say? Myers-Briggs.org, discs.com, 16personalities.com, and Acer.edu.au. But I will be putting the links, Truity and discprofile.com. There's openpsychometrics.org as well. And that will give you a good idea, even with not only just your personality, but what careers fit your personality, what kind of job you should seek, even how to sell yourself in a resume to get a job. So there's a lot of different reasons to take a personality test. And you learn a lot about yourself, actually. Things that you don't catch because we're so habitual and instinctive about our behavior patterns. And we don't realize that a lot of the things that we learn as children, when we grow up, we don't need them anymore. But we hold on to them because they're so programmed within us. So I would suggest that you take a personality test to find out who you are, just to see if you're in sync. Everybody's not in touch with themselves. Boom. There's nothing to be ashamed of about that. Everybody's not in sync with themselves. And then another test that's good to take as far as relationships go, work relationships, personal relationships, friendships, and romantic relationships, would be to take an attachment type or attachment style test. Those are also free. And some of the places you can go for that is verywellmind.com, psychcentral.com, mindbodygreen.com, and they will let you know where you nestle at in the attachment styles. There's secure, avoidant, anxious, and disorganized. And some videos, when I first started doing the videos, that was the one of the things that I talked about a lot, attachment styles. And there's other options further down. You'll see the ones that say links with the finger pointing down. Those are the videos that have links in there for mental health, attachment styles, behavior issues, codependency, narcissism. There's videos with links. If you follow, look at the titles, you'll see it says links with the finger pointing below. Check those out. There's great information in there. Very helpful, very useful. It will help you answer some questions within yourself. And I'm addressing this to the women, especially in my family, because a lot of us aren't aware of our abilities. We aren't aware of how deep the concept of energy really is. But if you think about it, if you think about the religion that we were raised in as Christians, about the power of prayer and the power of belief and faith and hope, faith, hope, and love, these things are energy. It's energy. And energy is real. We've seen it proven to us in plants, how you speak to things. We've seen it proven to us in minerals, anything living. And everything around us is living, is alive, and it has an energy. It has a vibration. And you can sense it. Like when you go into a room sometimes, and you could be the only person in the room, but when you go into the room, you can sense something in a room. Have you ever gone into your house and you can tell somebody's been in there? I've had those experiences. You go into your personal space and it feels different because another energy came in there and changed the atmosphere. These are very real things, and we experience them daily, but we're so programmed to think on a lower energy level or a lower vibration that we ignore them. And that you can back that up by how many times have you, in the course of your day, doing laundry, going to work, doing something, going through a door, getting in and out of your car, carrying parcels, that you bump yourself or break a nail or scrape up against something, get a scratch or a bruise, and you have to think back, when did that happen? How did I do that? Because we're so busy doing something else. We ignore a lot of things, and we push a lot of shit out of our minds and out of our ways because we're focused on the task at hand. And it causes us to ignore a lot of things. And the little things are usually very important. And back to the energy part of it, I want you guys to know that it's possible for us to change our DNA. Nobody talks about this truth, but it is possible to heal our ancestral lineage. It is possible to heal our ancestors. And all we have to do is heal ourselves to do it. It changes a lot, and it opens you up to wisdom and knowledge and understanding that you could not fathom. And doing this does not mean that you have to throw away Jesus, because a lot of y'all are stuck on Jesus. Okay, that's fine. You don't got to release Jesus. But you do have to be open-minded, because we've been taught to think that this knowledge that I'm talking to you about, these facts that I'm talking to you about, Christianity teaches us that it's demonic, and it's not so. And y'all have to understand that this book, the Bible that we have been reading all of our lives, has been altered several times. And they're still altering it with these new, what do they call these? Revised versions. Even the version we go by is a revised version. It's a translation. And when you're translating things from different languages to other languages, you change the message and the meaning. That's why it says, seek ye. You got to seek, honey. You just don't take it literally for what it is. You got to have a relationship, a rapport, and you got to be consistent with it. There was another scripture coming up, but it'll come back to me. But these are two things that I think is very important for freeing yourself, opening yourself up, and learning yourself, which is very important. Some of us have relationship issues. We keep running into the same kind of person. We keep having the same kind of problem. We don't understand why we don't get along with our relatives, or we have mistrust, or we easily are swayed to believe certain things, or we don't think for ourselves. We rely on others, and we're led into everything instead of leading. And some of us leading to a bunch of mess because they lost. But it's okay. You could be found, honey. There's a reason that a great majority of us, considering how religious our roots are, there's a great many of us that are not drawn to the church. We're drawn to the things that we believe, that we were told that should come from the church. But something about the church is not drawing us, and it's for a reason. So now we need to seek within ourselves and find out what's wrong. And a lot of people don't want to do the work. They feel like, oh, I got enough shit to do. I'm going through enough. I don't want to do that too. But aren't you worth it? You sacrifice for everybody else. You do for everyone else. Take care of yourself. I'm in my 50s, and I am just opening my eyes because I want to look beyond what I've been seeing, what I've been taught, what I have been programmed to believe. It stopped working for me because I recognized the circles that I was going in. Drawing the same relationships, having what's the word I'm looking for? Just looking to better my relationships with myself, with my friends, with my family, with my children. Just bettering and understanding why my reaction is this. How come I can't see past that? Why don't I be more open-minded about this? Why is what I believe not accepting these things that I accept, that I believe are true for me, but they're telling me they're not true in this Bible? You got to go beyond the Bible, honeys. There's, even if you read the Apocrypha, which is part of the Bible that they have excluded because that's the part that sets you free, that lets you see that there's something more than what's in the Bible. Get the Ethiopian Bible if you're scared of the Apocrypha, because all of the Apocrypha is in the Ethiopian Bible or the African Bible. Do that. Learn that there are people of persuasion. It's black, it's African Americans, it's us, honey, that did most of the writing and living in the Bible. But we don't know that because we see blonde, blue-eyed Jesus. But that's not who we're talking about. We're talking about changing our DNA and fixing ourselves. Because every family has dysfunction, addiction, bad relationships, limited beliefs, distorted behaviors and beliefs. And they need to be fixed, and they can be fixed. And we don't have to battle with each other. We don't even really have to deal with each other. We can deal with our own shit, with our own darkness, with our own dysfunctions, with our own addictions, and that will change the cycle. It will change the cycle. And eventually we'll come back together and we'll be like, you know what? I don't know why it took us so long to get to this point. And we also got to recognize not only forgiveness, but what's your understanding of forgiveness? What's your understanding of forgiveness? Why are we ashamed of mistakes that we made in our brokenness? Why are we fearful of judgment by people who can't put us in heaven or hell, if you believe in heaven or hell? Because everybody doesn't. Why are we so fearful about what other people think of us? Why? Why don't we think more of ourselves? Why are we not more connected to who we are? Why we function and think the way we are? Because we've been programmed to think in a certain box and not to go outside of that box. We've never been taught to look within ourselves. We've always been taught to look up. Although we living in the days where you need to be looking up, because there's lots of stuff going on up in the sky, honey. Y'all need to look up. But you also need to learn how to look within. Seek what's going on inside yourself. A lot of us have addictions that are killing us. We want to take pills. We want to take medicines. We want to take drugs. We want to have sex. We want to do alcohol. We want to eat wrong. We're killing ourselves because we won't face our emotions, our hurts, our brokenness, our burdens. Okay, we made a mistake. We made a lot of mistakes. We made a little mistakes. Oh, it was our upbringing. Come on. Drop the shame. Get over the shame. Forgive yourself. Learn yourself. Heal yourself. And change what you don't like. Change what's not working. And if what you like is killing you, then you have to learn how to unlearn it and learn how to like something else. Yes, it's work. No, it's not easy. Yes, it takes time, but you're worth it. You sacrifice for everything else. Sacrifice for yourself. I don't care if you're 100 years old. If you got another 6 months, live that 6 months free. See another side. And I'm saying this because I see the results. I'm in touch with spirit. I'm in touch with my ancestors. I've always been. And I believe the fact that they were persistent on not letting me be content with just accepting my religion, that's what helped me to be able to say, okay, I gotta let this go and do something different. I know personally for myself, each time one of my relatives, my parents transitioned, I had a pull, and it was away from the theology and the structured religion of Christianity. It was the thing that was stopping me from seeing what I needed to see. So when my mother passed and it happened again, I was like, okay, I can't, it's them pulling me, telling me, look, I'm on the other side, boo, and I'm telling you right now, you got to look beyond what you're doing. Don't completely drop it. You got to be discerning and know what to keep and what to leave. But you got to work it differently. You got to look deeper into this thing because it's not what we think it is. Nothing is what we think it is. That's lesson number 1. And that's why it's important for you to be open-minded. But we need healing. We really do. We need healing, and we need self-salvation, self-preservation. Period. And the best way to do that is to start working on yourself. What are your offenses? What are your issues? What are you adamant about? What is it that you refuse to change your mind about? Even if it's Christianity, religion, Buddha, Yeshua, what other, Muslims, Allah, whatever, it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is look within yourself. What's broken? What's hurting? Start there. Start there, honey. A lot of people talk about the light, honey, but you can't have the light without the dark. Fix the dark. Fix the thing that happened in the dark. Fix the thing that brings you shame. Fix the thing that makes you fear attachments. Fix the thing that makes you not love yourself. Fix the things that make you angry or have resentment or addiction. Why are you self-soothing? What is it you're trying to escape? Why do you drink? Like for me, my father had many addictions. He was an alcoholic and he was a foodie, as I am. I am a foodie, honey. I love to eat. Food is my thing. It's my mechanism. It's what I go to. So, and there are many addictions, like I named earlier. There's sex addiction, there's food addiction, there's alcohol, there's drugs, there is shopping, spending money, buying shit you know you don't need, compulsive behaviors. There's all kinds of addictions, and we do them for all kinds of reasons. And if you never seek it out, heal it, approach it, identify it, face it, then you're going to always live in fear. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to have a lot of puzzling, unanswered questions, and you don't have to. And doing it not only heals you, but it heals the rest of us. It heals the lineage behind us, and it frees the ones in front of us, as well as present day. I would love to have more of a relationship and a rapport with my cousins and aunties. We have been separate for so long, and we're on the book trying to relate to each other. But outside of that, we don't have any relationships. We don't talk. We don't communicate. And when we do, it's like through teeth. Nobody wants to do that. That's not joy. That's not love. That's existence. And it's lame. I'm tired of that. I want authentic, genuine relationship with my people. We are so much alike. We have so much that we can build and help with one another and lift one another. But we got to get rid of all of that garbage, all of the gossip, the lies. I have heard so many things have come back to me about what I supposedly said and done, and none of it is fucking true. And nobody will ever ask you. They'll never tell you. They'll never ask you, is that true? I heard so and so and so and so. Believe what you want to believe, honey. I don't care. I'm not fearful of anyone. I have no fear of people. I'm sorry. Never really had fear of people. I just don't. I don't have that kind of time. I've been through too much stuff in my life to care what people think for real. It used to really bother me what people thought, because I'm coming out of being a people pleaser. I'm coming out of being codependent, changing and morphing and adapting to other people so that there's what I call peace. But they're appeased and I'm broken. So no more of that. I'm sorry. I don't have time for that. But it's so much easier to just be authentic. Just heal yourself. Deal with whatever your issues are. What is the lie you have been telling yourself all your life? What have you been trying to convince or correct? What have you been soothing with alcohol, drugs, sex, food, pills, shopping? What is it? Face it, honey. Fix it, honey. Heal it. Heal yourself and heal us. That's what I'm doing. That's my effort. That's what I'm putting my energy into. I have children here. They didn't all pass my matrix, but they're still my children. I've had a hand in raising them and loving them and nurturing them and advising them. And in spirit, they're my children. And I love them as if they passed through my matrix. So yes, and I want them healed. I want to be healed. And I want whoever comes after me to be healed. They don't have to go through this. There's no reason for it. And we got to learn how to talk to each other. And we got to learn how to listen. Listen. Everything does not need a response. You don't have to reply to everything. Sometimes you need to just sit with stuff. Period. Say your piece, hear it. What you don't like, spit it out, boo. Spit it out, boo. The things that hurt you and that are bitter, you experience them, you acknowledge them, and be gone. Period. But I need us to, I'm getting long in the time here. I need us as women, as nurturers, to heal. We need to heal. There's some conversations that need to be had. There's some healing that needs to be done. And we can do it. We can do it. Everything else in our life has been hard. Why not put that same energy into healing ourselves, healing our children? This stuff does not have to continue to happen. Just because it has always happened does not mean it needs to keep happening. It does not mean it's healthy because it's always been. There's a lot in our lineage that's not healthy. That's always been. And it needs to stop. Period. And when I was in the church, I thought that, living for God and forgiving and praying and fasting would help me. It would just empty me. And then when I get full again, I gotta keep emptying. But if you cure it, if you heal it, you don't have to keep emptying it. It's gone. It's corrected. And Christianity didn't do that for me. It helped me suppress it. It helped me. It was like taking a pill. It eases the symptoms, but it never cures. And that was my realization. And it always came full bloom when when my dad died. I was a space cadet. I can't tell you this. I'm sure I said some dumb stuff and did some dumb stuff because I was a space cadet. I had no clue what I was doing, what I was feeling. And I really didn't have a chance to react to what I was feeling because before I could turn around, before anybody in my house could turn, we never even had a chance alone to process what we were going through because everybody came. My house was full before I could get home from the hospital. My house was full of people. And it stayed full for weeks. So we never really got a chance to come together as a family and grieve and discuss what we are going through or what we're going to do. So, and because it was family, we just accepted it and went with the flow. We all need time to process these things, to look at these things. And a lot of us, with the conversations that I have had with some of my relatives, and I love y'all. Kudos to y'all because y'all been reaching out. And I really appreciate it because what I'm doing is hard and I don't feel supported, but I'm not forgotten. I know I'm still loved and that helps me a lot. So, and I appreciate that. But I just want you to know there's still healing that needs to be done. And it's a fearful thing and it's hard, but you can do it. You can do it. It's not impossible. And it needs to be done because the ancestors, honey, if I call you and say something to you, because some of you I have reached out to and I have expressed, your mom said this, or who is this person? I have asked people certain things about ones that have passed on because they come to me, they drop in my spirit. And y'all have these experiences too. When you smell the smell, sometimes I smell my grandmother's Pond's cold cream or her Gina Tay, or I smell my mother's juicy fruit gum or her leather bag, or I get a taste for one of my father's favorite meals, or those are your ancestors. Those are the ones who have transitioned trying to connect with you, comforting you, telling you that they're still here. They're trying to tell you something or show you something. Period. And I know you have those instances, and those are the instances they are close. They are close. They're close for a reason. So open your eyes. Be mindful. Even if you just sit with it for a minute and say, I hear you, I see you, I love you. Is there anything that I need to know? Show me signs. Be with me. And they will. They will do it. But I'm being long-winded. I just want you to know that I love you to life. There's nothing that you cannot do. And healing is definitely a benefit, not only for yourself, but for the rest of us. They're healing. They're thankful. I've had an elderly woman come to me thanking me, so happy and smiling and thanking me for the things that I have done and the offerings that I have given. And I had to ask my auntie, who was this person? And she was able to tell me who that person was. I never met her, but she's a relative. She's my great-grandmother. But I didn't know what she looked like. I didn't know who she was. But she came to me and assured me that I was on the right track. And she was very thankful for my prayers, for my offerings, for the work that I'm doing, because it's healing. They're getting peace. They're getting healing. There's a reason that we miss our loved ones the way we miss them. And a lot of them are still with us. So heal yourselves. Be open-minded about it. You don't have to release all of your beliefs and let go of religion. You just have to be open to healing and know how to heal. So, I've been long-winded. Time is far spent, but give it a try. It's not really hard to discover what your disability is, your dysfunction is. It's going to take some forgiveness of yourself, forgiveness of others, and how you forgive is important as well. But that's another video. But I love you guys to life. I hope this resonates with you. I hope this is something that you can adapt or research even to see how it fits your persona personally. And I'll see you guys in the future.